Hello and welcome to the Ultimate Football Heroes World Cup podcast. I'm George.
And I'm Issy. And George, something happened this week, didn't it? Did England get to some sort of semi-final or something?
Oh, you mean we won in the quarterfinals? Did that happen? Am I dreaming?
So we're now in the semi-finals of a World Cup.
We are in, Issy, the semi-finals of a World Cup for only the fourth time.
There are two enormous games coming up this week. One of them kicks off tonight.
Oh my word. It's at that stage now where, yes, I am so excited. Yes, I am very proud, but I am also just walking around with this nervous energy inside me the whole time. I tell you what, talking of nervous energy, that game on Saturday, it was a brutal watch, wasn't it?
It was, and I'm not let me get my words out, George. I'm not a superstitious person, but you know how people talk about, like, if something goes well, doing exactly the same thing for the future event?
Yeah.
Well, on Saturday, I was at a music festival in the Netherlands. So does that mean that, like, on Wednesday, I now have to fly back and pretend to be at a music festival, go to exactly the same place, even though there's not going to be any music there, still pretend to sing along and dance to the songs, just so that England win?
It does, and if you don't do that, you are a traitor to your country.
So if we lose to Argentina, who we are playing in the semi-final of the World Cup, it'll be because I didn't go to the Netherlands. Good to know.
So that will be all on you, Izzy. I mean, it's going to be a terrific game. I mean, firstly, I would just say, you know what? We've been talking about Norway this tournament, and they have been fantastic, and they were really, really decent. Arguably, the better team on the night. Tuchel probably kind of admitted that in his post-match interview, and I think firstly, just want to say props to Norway for being so fantastic. I also want to make the point that actually it was a difficult game. England didn't look amazing. It was very, very hot inside that stadium, but also we didn't look amazing because it was a close game. Norway are a good team. They just knocked Brazil out of the competition, and never were we going to be going into that game and winning 3-4-0. It wasn't going to be that kind of game. Clearly, next up is a big challenge. Some might think a bigger challenge than Norway in the current champions of the world, Argentina.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, on paper, it's going to be a very difficult game. And do you want to know fun facts, George?
I always want to know a fun fact.
So you know how Leo Messi, Argentina's number 10, world icon, arguably the GOAT, has played in multiple World Cups now. He's played loads of international football, never played against England. Which
is ridiculous because he has had this incredible career playing for, literally over a decades almost. Yeah, no, it's shocking and also slightly concerning because there's got to be a part of him that goes, oh, new challenge. I don't get those very often. And we don't want a fired up Messi, that's for sure. The one thing I think will be interesting in this game is England haven't really yet played a team in this competition who have kind of tried to come at them, almost go toe-to-toe in an attacking sense. We played against a lot of teams who have sat quite deep, tried to grind us down and then counter and score. I think, I could be wrong, but I think Argentina will come at us. I think it'll be a bit more of an open game of football. And I do think England are slightly built for that. I think they are built for teams to attack us. Hopefully our defence can survive that test, but then go and break and use the pace of our wingers, use Bellingham and Kane, and hopefully get a few goals. So I think it will be a new challenge for us. And look, so far this tournament, Argentina, I wouldn't say they've relied on Messi, but without him, they certainly wouldn't be where they are. So it's a big question about whether we can keep the GOAT quiet on Wednesday night.
And Argentina yet to face the top 10 ranked World Cup team over the last few weeks. So this will be their first proper challenge, some would say. But speaking of challenges, George, it's time for, some would say, the ultimate challenge in the George versus Issy versus George World Cup predictions challenge.
Yep, it's been a tight affair so far. But last time round, we predicted the France against Morocco game. The result ended France 2, Morocco 0, even after Mbappe missed a penalty in the first half. What is it, this tournament with missed penalties? It's unbelievable. Messi's been at it. Kane almost, we won't get into that. But anyway, it was a tight game in the first half. Second half, France got the edge. France looked absolutely amazing, I have to say. I thought Morocco would manage to get them to 90 minutes at 0-0 and then France win an extra time. Issy, however, you thought France would win 3-1.
Yeah, I did. I was confident. I backed them. They've looked the best team at this tournament, in my opinion. So what was the actual score, George?
Well, the result was 2-1 to France. So it means, Issy, you get a point. You called France winning. I thought it would go on a little bit further than it did, but France just looked so good. And I tell you what, I cannot wait for the France-Spain game. That is going to be potentially an all-time classic match. But for now, leaves things very, very close in our game.
It does. Hang on. Let me just check the massive leaderboard where I was at the bottom, and then a bit like in the Premier League season where I climbed up and up. Oh, and now we're all square on 4-4 with two games.
Yeah. But hold on, Issy. Which, in alphabetical order, which name comes first, George or Issy?
So George, but
right. So I'm still at the top. I'm technically still at the top.
If we did it by last names, George, then I'd be on top.
Technicalities. All right. Well, we're level then. We're level. We can agree. We will be predicting another game in just a little bit. We've got a couple left to do this World Cup. Let's just go through the Golden Boot race because things are absolutely ridiculous with the amount of goals that are being scored right now. I mean, never in a World Cup have so many huge names been delivering when it comes to goals.
George, it is getting absolutely ridiculous with Mbappe and Messi both on 8 goals now. Mbappe in front because he has more assists. But how insane are those numbers?
It's crazy. I mean, Haaland's gone home on 7. And then Harry Kane and Jude Bellingham just behind. Both players now on 6 goals. 2 England players and on 6. Now, Issy, the record for most English goals in a World Cup is 6 in a previous tournament. Gary Lineker did it. Harry Kane's done it before. So if either Bellingham or Kane can get another goal or more, they become the player with the most goals for England in a single World Cup. And of course, they're not out of the race yet. If England can win, if Kane and Bellingham can score some goals, we could get to the final. They are both also in the running alongside Mbappe and Messi. It is absolutely bonkers, and I'm loving the Golden Boot race.
I'm pretty sure, George, I read the other day that Jude Bellingham's 6 goals this tournament equals all the goals that he's ever scored in any other tournament for England prior to this World Cup, which is absolutely insane.
He's a man on a mission, and let's hope that mission finishes in New York on Sunday, the 19th of July, with England picking up the trophy. We can but dream. Now, Issy, shall we quickly get back to building our ultimate World Cup team? Because we have 3 places left to fill.
Indeed. One of which is midfielder. And I'm going to dive straight in, if that's okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's a man who's in the headlines today for a potential move to Manchester United from Aston Villa. He's Belgian. Any guesses?
Well, Tielemans, I'm assuming you're talking about, Issy.
Yes, indeed. You know, obviously, Belgium did okay this tournament. They got further than maybe some people were expecting them to. But I really like the style of play. I think solid midfielder, does all the basics correct, which is what you want. And like I say, you know, about to have a big move to Old Trafford.
Yeah, I also think because in our team we've got the most outrageous front line with Haaland, Kane, Mbappe and Vinny Jr., having a couple of solid midfielders is no bad shout. Now, we've got 2 positions left to fill now. We currently have in our defence Ruben Dias and Virgil van Dijk. So I want to ask you a question, Issy. We could go traditional. We could play 4-4-2. We could pick a left back and a right back. Or we could play 3 centre-backs and throw in another midfielder. What do you think we should do?
Well, I don't want to be derogatory to all the defenders out there, George, but midfield is a much more exciting position. So I think we play 3 at the back and give ourselves an extra midfielder.
Okay, well, I think we would be crazy to not bring this man in. Look, he is maybe at the end of his career, but he is the best player to ever play football. We obviously were never going to leave him out of our team. He popped right in to the central midfield. He's being protected by Rice and Tielemans, so he can free roam the pitch and just do his thing. I am, of course, talking about the greatest player to arguably ever play football in our team, Leo Messi. But, Izzy, let's hope we'll be regretting that decision on Wednesday. Let's hope he's rubbish and useless and no good in the semi-final when we'll go, well, why didn't we just pick a left back and right back?
You know
but
what,
for now,
George?
I think...
George, I have to interrupt you there because when you were doing that incredible build-up, I thought your Forest bias was really leaning into it. I thought you were about to announce that Elliot Anderson was going to be in our midfield.
I was about to put Ryan Yates in there, but realised he wasn't in this World Cup. But look, Elliot Anderson, amazing player, but I think we should probably put Messi in there, right?
Maybe, but after the fixture this week, after the big semi-final, maybe Anderson will have Messi in his pocket.
I tell you what, if we win, we'll put Anderson in and we'll take Messi out.
Okay, that's the deal. I like that. Get behind that.
We'll cross that bridge. All right, we're going to be right back as we predict the next round of fixtures. You're listening to the Ultimate Football Heroes World Cup podcast. Izzy and I are going head-to-head in our World Cup predictions game. It's currently all tied at the top, and we are moving into the semi-finals. And today we are calling what is definitely, in my opinion, the tightest game, the biggest game as well of the World Cup so far. Spain against France.
Yeah, some big name players there. You've got Mbappe, you've got Lamine Yamal. France haven't conceded a goal in the knockout. Spain have only conceded one all tournament.
Yeah,
what
it's
are you
madness.
Thinking here?
It's madness, and it's they are the two favourites. They are the two teams who everybody is backing. I think the winner of this will absolutely be the favourite going into the final, and will definitely fancy their chances against both England and Argentina. Spain look amazing. I backed Spain before the tournament. They were the team I said I think would win. They've looked pretty good. They've looked pretty solid. That said, France just look absolutely spectacular. I wouldn't mess with the French in this tournament. They've won me over, and I think they are going to win in a cracking 2-1 victory. I think it's going to be the game of the tournament so far. What do you think, Izzy?
Yeah, fully agree with that statement, which is problematic because you got to go first and, pick the score. So now if you get it right, at least we can claim that it was because you went first. Yeah, I agree. I think France have dominated this tournament. Spain, a very strong team, but I don't think they're strong enough to beat this Mbappe side. So I'm going to go... Oh, George, I don't know. I've got two scores in my mind. Which do I pick? Do I go high scoring? Do I go low scoring? No one wants to go low scoring. I'm going to go 3-2 to France.
What a game that would be. We can only hope, Izzy, that your prediction's right, because we would be set for an absolute thriller. If you would like to send us your predictions or let us know where and how you'll be watching England against Argentina, then you can send us a message with the grown-ups help. ufh@stripped.media.
Yes, and everyone that does that, George, everyone who predicts goes into this week's audiobook draw to win a free brand new audiobook, which is very exciting.
Yeah, you can find out about all of the world's greatest ballers, all of the players we've been talking about today. There will be a UFH, there will be an Ultimate Football Heroes book all about them. So make sure you're checking those out. Izzy, we're all set. Wednesday, 8 o'clock UK time in Atlanta, England are facing Argentina for a place in the World Cup final for the first time since 1966.
History's ready to be made, George. But that's all we've got time for this week.
We'll chat to you later on in the week. But for now, come on, England!
Deep breaths. I'm about to get my flight to the Netherlands.